I'll start right here. Still too hot. And I start rolling it around. And what I'm doing is I'm ironing this fabric around just like you would iron a crease in your pants. Okay? Except the difference is I want it to follow that roll, that wingtip as it goes around. Now see, when I pull this fabric up, see how it's starting to hold that crease right there? And I pull it back, it's coming down. The problem with irons is that they've got a target temperature, and so you set the thermostat for your target temperature, and it's ramping up and it's ramping up, and it hits that target temperature and it turns the element off, but then you've got the thermal lag. And so it keeps racing up, and so it goes above your temperature and then starts coming down, and when it hits that target again, it turns the element on. But it's going to take a couple minutes for that element to catch up, and so it goes back down. It goes up and down. I'm not concerned with 10 or 15 degrees above and below. Any more than that, and I start to suspect the iron. Generally what happens is when they start going more than 20 or 25 degrees above target temperature, they're about to die. Just for whatever reason on the inside, they're about to die. So,
against thermometer in one hand, iron in the other.
Exactly.
Now, are you trying to form that all the way around beyond the apex of the...
I am. I want to form that as far around as I can. See that big wrinkle right there?
Yeah.
See if I can pull some of that out. And how I pull on that fabric, you see how I can manipulate where it's nice and flat.
Yeah. That could be interesting to get the cheap one.
Oh yeah. Well, if you're, look at the
There, see how better that's laying down? I don't have that big pooch anymore. Not nearly as bad.
Some chafing tape.
There would have been a place for some chafing tape, or a file and a hammer, to repair that. All right.
Now, is this a big enough wrinkle here that you can iron out, or is that something that you'd pull this back?
We can pull most of that out.
With the iron?
With the iron,
okay.
Yeah. Because remember, I haven't shrunk any of this yet.
Sure. Yep.
So, and all I'm worried about right now is just kind of getting the form. Now that I've got the form, I can go ahead and glue this top edge right here. And here's where I had you guys leave so much fabric, is because I need a good handhold to hold on to that fabric to wrap around. So I'm not even gonna cut. Well, I'm gonna cut some of that off. I'm gonna take it off to about right there. That still leaves me plenty enough that I can grab a hold of. Quality scissors. All right, have we got glue?
Right here.
Perfect. Tell you what, here, you can help me out though. You can hold it for me. And so what I'll do is I'll pull this all back, and I'll do it all at once. And I'm only worried about just kind of the top to the apex at this point. Once we roll it over, I'll wrap this fabric on around. I work clean as best I can, but more importantly, I need to work fast so that this doesn't dry. If this was an Oshkosh airplane, we would have spent a whole lot more time. And at the same time, I'm pulling just a little bit of tension here.
What about that wrinkle right there?
Not concerned with it. That'll pull out. It'll pull out when I start to shrink it. There we go. Now, once we roll the wing over, I'll take the iron and I'll finish heat forming that around, because what I want to do is I want this fabric to wrap as far around into that wing. We're actually going to go about 270 degrees inside that wing to give it as much glued surface as I can to glue that down. Because when we lay the next piece of fabric on there, we don't have that luxury of being able to wrap it all the way around. It's going to go just to the bottom edge of the tube and be done.